Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. We hope that you, your families, and your teams are all safe and healthy. The topic for today's webinar is strategies to prepare e-commerce business for post-COVID era. We have a couple of days left to prepare for the post-COVID era, so let's make the most of it. For those of you who've joined a little bit late, I would like to request you to please introduce yourself and your businesses in the chat a little bit so we know something about you. Now I'll just introduce the speakers. We have with us today Anshuk Agarwal, CEO and co-founder of Adyogi, and Vikas Garg, co-founder of Shivway Technologies Private Limited. We'll be taking up questions after the speaker sessions, so please keep sending us your questions via the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. We will also be recording this webinar. The same will be shared with you via your registered email IDs. So don't worry if you miss out on anything, we've got you covered. Without further ado, let's get started. Over to Anshuk.
Thank you, Manasvi. Good afternoon, everyone. Very excited to be at this webinar. I know a lot of you must be having a lot of questions in your mind, given the market dynamics have been so dynamic over the last few weeks. So as part of today's presentation, I'll be covering a few key things, starting with what are the challenges which e-commerce companies are facing during lockdown. I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing this. How to rethink your marketing strategy during this time. And then I'll talk a little bit about what kind of campaigns can you run during the lockdown and how do you make the most out of once the lockdown ends. I'll also talk a little bit more about very briefly about what we think are a couple of good practices for reducing RTO. And I'm sure Vikas will take that up in his topic. All right, so just jumping directly into the topic, we have interacted with a lot of brands over the last couple of weeks. And I know the common thing which I've heard from a lot of brands is things like, I'm not able to deliver my orders during lockdown because maybe my warehouse is not functioning right now, the delivery is not happening. Should I even be thinking about marketing? Then there are people telling that I get some traffic on my website, but my conversion rates have dropped significantly. Okay? And then things like I face the risk of high RTO because once I start my deliveries, I am afraid that a lot of my potential customers or existing customers may not accept my orders. So these are some of the challenges which we have heard as part of COVID. I'll try to answer them in my next few set of slides. All right. So first question, right? I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, why should I even consider marketing campaigns during lockdown? Very valid question to ask, because if I'm not getting sales or if I cannot complete my sales, why even think about marketing? And that is what I'm trying to answer today. There are three key reasons which I think. First of them is lower cost of impression. So what we have seen is over the last 1 month, the cost of impression on Facebook, Google, and Instagram has come down by 80%. Okay, and I'll give you the exact data in my subsequent slide. The reason it has come down is not because Facebook is acting very benevolently. I think it's a pure demand-supply equation. So lesser brands are advertising and more time people are spending on Facebook, right? And that brings me to my second and third reason. Second reason is 87% increase in social media usage as per a report, which means your potential customers are spending more time on Facebook and Instagram, which actually means that this is an opportunity for you to engage with them better. And the third reason is the competition. A lot of brands we know have stopped their marketing. So imagine your competitors have stopped the marketing. So the chances of your potential customers engaging with you at this point in time is much higher. So these are the reasons why I think you should still be talking about marketing and you should still be considering running your marketing campaigns. Now, this is the data which I spoke about. This is actual cost of impression data which we pulled for one of the brands we work with. And as you can see, this has been plotted on a day on day, starting from March 1 on the extreme left to March 31st on the extreme right. And this is CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. So if you notice clearly, there have been three major instances during the last month when the cost per impression came down by 20%. First was when people started working from home. In fact, we also started at Adyogi. 16th of March is when we started working from home. Second was when the Janata curfew was applied on 22nd of March. And third was when the actual lockdown started on 25th of March. As you can see, 20% in drop in CPM on that very day when each of these events happened. So what really happened is, if you were getting a CPM of 200 rupees, which means a cost of showing 1000 impressions at 200, in the first half of March, the same came down to 40 rupees. Now imagine what that translates to your marketing campaigns. If you were able to reach out to 1 lakh people on a regular day, you would be able to reach out to 5 lakh people at the same budget. All right. So I'm sure now you're thinking that all that is great, but if I don't get sales, why should I even spend $1? And I'm sure you have heard Mr. Trump talk about something similar, right? You must be thinking this is the worst webinar tip I've got in the history of webinar tips. So let me just substantiate my point in the subsequent slides. All right, so this brings me to the second stage, which is how do you rethink your marketing strategy during this time, right? And I'm sure a lot of you would have heard about or seen this marketing funnel. This is something which every B school or every marketing paper talks about it. But I want to give a slight twist to this marketing funnel, right? This traditional funnel says awareness, consideration, conversion, and loyalty. But what I want you guys to focus on is during the lockdown, focus more on getting people, which is awareness, and consideration, okay? So you try to get relevant people to your website and you try to make them engage with your products. Don't worry so much about conversion and loyalty, okay? And once the lockdown opens, then you try to remarket those people. And at that point in time, conversion and loyalty should be on the top of your mind. Okay? So this is how the marketing funnel I would like you to split. Now, awareness, I know, is a very loosely defined term. Typically, on an online world, the focus should more be on relevance of audience and not necessarily just awareness. So what I'll now do is I'll talk about 5 specific client stories. These are brands which are working with Adiyogi and what they have done during the lockdown, which will potentially benefit them once the lockdown ends. The first one which I'm talking about is a brand which is a women fashion brand. It's called Bunai.com. They are running this campaign called Smart Shopping Campaign. Now I know a lot of you must have gone to Google.com and searched for certain products, and you would have seen certain images of products coming where you are searching, right? This is known as a Smart Shopping Campaign. A lot of you would have seen Amazon and Flipkart running your ads there, right? Now the good news is because of the lockdown, a lot of competitors have stopped running ads, and that includes marketplaces like Amazon and Flipkart. So what that means is when next time your potential customers are searching on Google, the chances of your brand appearing there has increased, right? And that's exactly what Bunai.com did. They ran a campaign called Smart Shopping Campaign. They optimized it for maximized conversions and not target ROAS, because at this point in time, getting a sale is not guaranteed. And the benefit is this traffic which you get from this campaign is a very high intent traffic, which means these people are more likely to convert on your website. And even if when they convert, their chances of doing an RTO is much lesser because these people are actually in need of the products which you are selling. In this specific case, Bunai is able to get 1,80,000 people on its website from the duration between March 15th and March 31st, which by the way is the lockdown duration, at a cost of as low as 2 rupee per click. So imagine getting a high intent traffic on your website at a cost of 2 rupees per click. The second example is of a brand called Shree & Sam. They ran something called a catalog sales prospect campaign. Now, I know a lot of you would have heard about dynamic remarketing campaigns on Facebook, but some time back, Facebook also launched something called a catalog linked campaign, which you can use to target your prospects. These are people who may not have heard your brand in the past. The catch there is instead of optimizing these campaigns for purchase, try to optimize them for view content. So by view content, I mean optimize it for more people who come to your website and see products on your website. In this specific case, Shree & Sam did exactly that. They also used overlays, as you can see on the image on the left side, to higher click rates. They also added price to all their ads. Now, this is very important when you are getting traffic on your website. Make sure you add price in your ads because you want to get relevant people on your website. You want those people who are likely to purchase later on. If you don't show price, then maybe their expectation of the price of the product is much lower, in which case they will never purchase on your website. Also add the call to action button as shop now, because again, you want the users to come with an intent to purchase. You don't want something like a learn more there, because then you might get irrelevant traffic on your website. So relevance of traffic is very important. In this specific case, Shri and Sam is able to get cost per click or cost per view content at 5 rupees during lockdown, which is roughly about 70% lower than what they were getting prior to lockdown. Moving on. So I know a lot of us are spending more time on YouTube. I think I'm sure a lot of you must also be spending more time on YouTube. So why not make the most out of your YouTube platform? So this is where YouTube has an option of running something called YouTube shopping ads. Now, these are slightly different from the regular product ads which you have seen on YouTube. So as you can see on the left side, there is a video. I'll just play it for you. There is a video which is running, and beside the video, there are 3 products which appear in the video. When you click on each of these products, you land directly on the product page. Also, there is a price which is mentioned below the product. So unlike a regular YouTube ad where you cannot land on individual products, on a YouTube shopping ad, you can land on individual products. So this is again a very good product or an ad to be running, because you will directly land people on the product page and you can remarket them later using your dynamic remarketing campaigns. So Paparazzi did exactly that, and they are able to get a 30% interaction rate with the ads which they are running on YouTube. Moving on, this is about a brand, Suta. They are very, very engaged on their Instagram page. Now, I'm sure a lot of you might think that what is the benefit of creating an Instagram engagement audience? Because you're not getting any sales out of it. Now, the catch there is a lot of us miss out on this point, that Facebook allows you to create an audience of your Instagram page and show them ads. So essentially what you can do is you can be more active on your Instagram page during this time, because people who have more time, they might be more likely to interact with you. And once the lockdown opens, you can actually run an ad to target exactly these set of people who engaged with you during the lockdown. So Suta did exactly that. They have a total Instagram audience of around 900,000, which they organically created. And just in the last 30 days, they have been able to add another 2,000 followers to their list. So these new followers can be later retargeted to get more sales. The last strategy on getting relevant people is from a brand called Malmal. Now, as you can see on the left side, they are running a video ad on their Facebook feed. And if you can see, the video ad highlights on one specific product on their catalog. So this is also an ad which focuses on the different attributes of the product. The benefit is Facebook and Instagram allow you to create an audience of people who have engaged with your video. So just to give an example of Malmal, they were able to create 50,000 video views in the last 30 days of people who have viewed more than 3 seconds of their video at a cost of 2.5 rupees. Now imagine retargeting these 50,000 people after the lockdown and showing them conversion optimized ads. So that brings me to the first part of my presentation, which is around getting relevant people to your website. Now, how do you get these people to convert? Because I'm sure a lot of you eventually want sales on your website. In fact, all of us want sales on our website. So getting relevant people will be not complete. You eventually want to convert them. This is where the second part of the strategy comes into place, where after the lockdown, you should get people to convert on your website, and you should increase the loyalty among your customers. So I'll talk about 4 specific examples of how you as a brand can actually do that once the lockdown lifts. The first one is remarket people who have viewed products on your website but not purchased. Now I know a lot of you must be figuring out that people are coming to your website, they are seeing products, and these are relevant people, but they are not purchasing. And the reason they are not purchasing is because they know that they may not be able to get the delivery, they know the lockdown is there, maybe your delivery period is very long. So what will happen is a lot of people must be dropping off at this stage. Now what you see on the left side is a screenshot from Google Analytics. It talks about how many days that a person takes to make a purchase. As you can see from this, about 60% of people for this particular client purchased on the day when they landed on the website, and remaining 40% people purchased on the remaining 28 days. Now, during Corona, we have seen this number go down. So while there were 60% people purchasing before Corona crisis, now they might be not more than 20% people purchasing on your website on the day when they land on your website. So what becomes very important is you run a dynamic remarketing campaign on Facebook and Google, and you target these people who have viewed a product and not purchased. In the past, Dr. Vaidyas has done it, and they were able to get a 5x return just by targeting this audience. Very similar to the previous point, a lot of people add products to cart and then drop out after it. On an average, we have seen that if 100 products are getting added to your cart, only about 20 end up being purchases, which means 80 people on your website are dropping off after adding products to cart. This is where cart abandonment campaigns help, where you can run an ad on Facebook and Instagram and Google and give an extra discount if you want to give, and try to convert these people. Now, due to the Corona crisis, this number has become further smaller, which means out of 100 people coming on your ads or adding products to cart, only about 5 to 6% people are converting. The cart abandonment has actually gone up over the last 3 weeks. So this is where once the Corona crisis ends or once the lockdown opens, run a cart abandonment campaign. Brands like Clarks have been able to get 12x return on their ad spend just by running this campaign. Now, very important that while you have targeted people who have viewed products and added products to cart, don't forget your Instagram and Facebook page audience, because you might have invested a lot of effort in engaging people on Facebook and Instagram. There are ways of creating these audiences on platforms like Facebook and Instagram and running ads for them. So this is exactly what a brand did, like Amrutam. They created an audience of everybody who interacted with them on Facebook and Instagram. They also created an audience of everybody who watched their video views and ran a conversion optimized campaign to convert them. This is exactly what we can do after the lockdown lifts. We can run these specific ads. And the last point is, do not forget your customers. Your customers will be very likely to buy again from you. So make sure you run something called a customer campaign on these platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Google Display Network, all of them give you option of uploading your customer list, whether it is an email ID or a phone number you have. Upload them on these platforms and show your new arrival products or top selling products to your customers. Customers are very likely to come back to your website again and make a purchase. In this specific case, Aurelia is usually able to get around 30% lower cost per conversion when they target their existing customers. So that kind of brings me to all the client stories which I wanted to share. A few points before I end my presentation. A couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, if you're running campaigns at this point in time, make sure you mention on your website that the deliveries will happen once the lockdown opens. It is very important to set the customer expectations correct. You can consider giving a discount on online orders because the chances of an RTO for an online order is much lesser. So try if you want to do that. Engage with all the people who are getting orders with SMS and email. Inform them that the deliveries will happen after the lockdown opens. And most importantly, once the lockdown opens, see if you can call up all your customers who have placed orders with you and confirm before you send them the products, because the chances of them RTOing might be slightly higher. All right, so I hope by this time you have now thinking that this is the best webinar deal in all the webinar deals you have got. So that brings me to the end. Very brief about what Adyogi does. Adyogi is a marketing automation platform. We integrate with platforms like Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce, and also custom websites. We pull all the analytics about different products and categories on your website, and then we are able to create automatically ads across multiple platforms like Facebook and Instagram. We are a Facebook and Google partner in India, and we make sure that we optimize your ads for the best ROAS. So that's from my side today. Happy to answer any questions towards the end of this webinar. Over to you, Manasvi.
Thanks, Anshuk. That was really good. I'm sure all of us have a couple of next steps from this now. Now we'll go ahead with Vikas's talk. So over to Vikas. Vikas, can you please share your screen as well?
Yes, thanks, Manasvi. Thanks, Anshuk. So it was a great presentation by you. So regarding the to getting the orders. So I will try to cover those things after getting the order till customer receive the order. So here I will figure out. I will share you some of the strategies related to that. So just after lockdown is over, so first of all, a very good news for all of us is like 20th is the date where from when like 70 to 80% of the regions will start uh, uh, e-commerce deliveries. So so we need to be get ready from coming Monday to do the deliveries and start all of the process. So these are some of the steps we need to take care after lockdown is over. So we need to get ready for those orders which are already in transit, which are already shipped by us, but due to lockdown, those orders are on hold in courier warehouses and in courier hubs. Maybe those orders are in out for delivery status, or maybe those orders are in transit status. So we need to note down, figure out those orders, and keep tracking those orders till it is not delivered. So stay connected with your customers as well. Inform your customers like we will deliver your orders after we will deliver your orders after the lockdown is over. So it may be after 20th. So this is a very good thing. Anshuk also pointed out this thing. Do not hesitate to send your customer sending the delayed delivery message like we are unable to deliver your order because of lockdown. So please inform your customers through SMSs, through calls, and at least to those customers whose orders are with you and you are about to ship those orders, or you are about to you are already handed over to courier and about to reach those orders. Also, prepare a COD reconciliation list of payment pending from your courier companies. So some of the courier companies recently I get to know have not released your funds, have not released your COD reconciliation payments because of this lockdown. So please make a list and ledger of those payments and keep follow your courier companies to release those payments after the lockdown is over. Let's move to next slide. Okay, so it is the good time to fix the post-COVID challenges. So what are the challenge we are facing? We will face after COVID. So some of the things, one is you need to go with multiple courier companies after COVID. So currently, maybe you are using one or two courier companies, maybe good courier companies or maybe average courier companies. But after COVID, how the things will move? Like you need to ensure which region is good for which courier company. Like South is Maruti Courier is doing very good in South. Professional Courier is doing very good in South, but in North areas, Blue Dart is doing very good. And you need to figure out the reasons. You need to figure out the states. You need to figure out the states. You need to figure out the pin codes where delivery percentages of the courier is good. So you need to play smartly after COVID. Hand over the packets only to those couriers which are good at what places, what regions, at specific zones. So you need to take care of that. This is very important after COVID because you do not have much time. You do not have much resources or much time because RTOs will also be very high after COVID because customer will start ordering from lots of websites. If you are not fast, get ready for RTOs. So please play smartly with courier companies as well. Second thing is hand over to courier as soon as possible. Hand over to courier as soon as possible. So once you get the orders, be ready with an automated system which has multiple courier partner integrations, so that you can download the invoices, shipping labels as soon as possible, and pack the orders and hand over to courier within 24 hours, not late than that. That will also reduce your SLA timings and reduce your RTOs. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move. Okay, so transparency in communication. So here, as per me, you need to send the balanced communications to your customers. Balanced communication means do not send 15 SMSs to your customer from order receive to order deliver. Do not send only 2 or 3 SMSs to your customer from order receive to deliver. Please send balanced communications to your customer. In starting, when you get the order, send 1 or 2 SMSs for welcome SMSs and order ID SMS. After that, you need to inform 4 to 5 SMSs for your customer for their delivery updates, like your order is shipped, your order is in transit, your order is out for delivery, keep your cash ready, and your order is delivered. And do not forget to send SMS notifications when order is in delivery problem, like address incorrect, network issue, lockdown. So do not hesitate to send those notifications. Sometimes courier mark incorrect address or invalid phone number. In that case, you need an automated system where, like, you need to cross check with your customer, like, can you provide your alternate numbers? Can you provide your alternate address to get your shipment delivered? Do you really want to receive that item right now? As we are getting this reply from our courier company, like your address is incorrect, or this type of message. So you need to cross check with your customer on daily basis. This should be in automated way. I'm not talking about call each and every customer one by one. This should be in an automated way that I will discuss in my further slides. Prioritize your courier company for shipping, that I have addressed already. You need to figure out which courier is better for which area, which zone. So assign orders to your couriers accordingly. And this is the right time to make that report which courier is good pre-COVID era, which courier is good in which area. So please make a report on your previous data and work accordingly post-COVID. Okay, so here Anshuk also covered most of the things, like to reduce your RTOs, reduce your operational cost, to get the to engage your customers, to get repeated orders from your customer. You should be present as a brand. You should be coming as a brand to your customer. Your customer is not only one-time customer. Your customer must be a repeated customer for you. Your customer must refer his friends for your brand. So you must come as a brand. So to make your website as a brand, to present your website as a brand, there are some of the steps you need to take care. First thing, hand over the order to courier companies as soon as possible. That improves your customer experience. After that, send notifications to your customer, that I also covered. Offer return space to your customer. So it is, if your product is good, you are very confident about your product, in that case it is no harm to provide the proper return policies, offer the return policies, offer the return page to your customer. That improves your customer confidence, and that also reduce your customer support cost. So please offer return pages to your customers. Provide branded tracking page. Here I am taking an example. When you ship an item, so you will send tracking number and courier name to your customer. In that case, your customer go to Google, search Blue Dart Ecom, whatever the courier name, and go to Blue Dart website and track that complete order. In here, you need to send a short URL in SMS. When your customer click on that URL, your customer should redirect to your website where he can see each and every stage of his order, like where is the current order location. It is out for delivery, in which hub it is in transit, where is the actual location of the customer. Do not redirect your customer to courier websites. Keep getting the traffic on your website again from your existing customers. So this is also an important point. Also, the last thing is, after your order is delivered, please measure customer satisfaction by getting reviews. Keep asking your customer, at least ask once to your customer, like, how was your shipping experience? How is your packaging quality? How is the product quality? Is there anything you want us to improve? These things must you need to ask your customer. That will build your brand from your existing customers. You can improve the lots of things by tracking those things. Okay, so let's move to next slide. Okay, so here I am consolidating the things. So you must have a automated back office where you have multiple courier integrations. You have order management, inventory management, and major thing which I have not covered is analytics. Analytics is the thing through which you can improve your customer experience. You can keep track of the courier companies, like which courier company is not meeting their SLAs. Like when you sign courier agreement, courier will commit you, they will deliver within 3 days in metro cities, within 5 days in T2, T3 cities. So through analytics automation, you can note down like what are the orders which are not in SLA. In that case, you need to send an email to courier to meet the SLA, to improve their services and you can also figure out like which courier is doing good in north, which courier is doing good in south, and in that way you can improve your customer experience. So you must have all of the things in a place, like courier reconciliation, order reviews. Fraud detection is also a big thing. Fraud detection is sometimes a same customer can place 5 orders to your website, maybe 2 orders or 3 orders to your website, and all orders and customer reputation was very bad on your website. If I am checking your previous data, you can see like this customer is your old customer, has placed 5 previous orders and all orders are RTOs. In that case, you need to cross check and double cross check these type of customers, like this is why he is placing order and returning the orders. You need to talk to your customer. Maybe that customer was your not satisfied customer, so you need to take care of these things, fraud detections as well. Okay, so what we are offering to you, so we are offering the complete backend automation. When you get an order, after that we provide you complete analytics, multi-courier integrations, accounting, NDR management. NDR means those orders which are in delivery issues. So we will provide you a complete automated system so that you can track those orders and keep in touch with your customers. We provide return automation, so your customer can place returns, request for returns. Your team can accept or reject returns. Your team can take a request for the replacement also. So this is also a very important panel. Within Qlik, you can do everything. Everything is integrated. We will also provide you the complete tracking details, measure courier performances, We provide a branded tracking page, which is also a very important tool by which you can also get cross sales from your existing customers. And we will also provide you NPS calculator by which you can measure your customer satisfaction, and very good other analytical reports also. So these are some of the offerings, so we can talk on them. So thank you all for your time. So over to you, Manasi, so we can take questions now.
Thank you, Vikas. That was very insightful. We'll be beginning with the Q&A session soon, so keep your questions coming. And we have some special offers running on both Adyogi and Shipway for the attendees of this webinar. The details will flash on your screens now, and I'll just give you a small description of these. We're giving a 50% off for the first month on the Adyogi app. And for Shipway, we have a 30-day free trial or a flat 50% off on the first payment. The contact details for both the teams are going to be on your chats now. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to just copy the contact details, and then we'll get started with the questions. All right, so let's get started with the questions now. First question is for Anshuk. Anshuk, the question is, should we start the campaigns a little bit before the lockdown lifts?
So as I was telling, I think we should definitely do that. I think start the campaigns as soon as possible. The reason being that, as I was telling, currently the cost of showing ads on paid platforms is much lesser. I'm assuming that once the lockdown lifts, a lot of brands will come back to these platforms. So the cost will again go up to the normal levels. So it may make sense to, like, if you're expecting the lockdown to open on 20th or later, I think it might be a good idea to start it as soon as possible. Take the most of the lower cost, generate some relevant people on your website, and once the lockdown lifts, then remarket them to convert them into customers.
All right, thank you. Next question is for Vikas. Is Easy Slips similar to ShipRocket?
Very good question. So Easy Slips is not similar to ShipRocket. Easy Slips provide the integrations to your end customers and courier companies. So Easy Slips is just providing the integration. We are not providing the courier companies. We are not a courier aggregator. We are a technology company. We provide you the complete integration of everything. So your pricing are same with your couriers. You can negotiate your pricing with courier companies. We only provide the integrations.
Okay, all right. Next one is for Anshuk, and this is, I think, sort of a follow-up question to the first one, because you said that we will retarget the audiences once the lockdown lifts. How can we retarget all these audiences, like, people who've added to cart or people who viewed our products?
Right. I think so. Couple of things there, and the number one, which all of us as e-commerce company will have to do, is to get something called Facebook and Google Pixel configured on your website. This is very important for getting your marketing campaigns running. So get your Facebook Pixel configured on your website, get your Google Pixel configured. By configured, I mean that when somebody is viewing your product on your website, you need to send information to Facebook. So you need to tell Facebook that, look, this particular person has viewed this particular product ID on my website. When you say person, of course, you don't know the person. So you will send a generic information about the cookie, and Facebook will be able to translate this cookie into the actual Facebook ID of the person who is viewing this product. The second thing which we'll have to do is you'll have to create your catalog of all the products. And catalog is basically what is your product ID, product name, product category, product image, and upload this catalog on platforms like Facebook and Google. The reason the catalog is important is because when somebody is viewing a product, you are just sending the ID to Facebook. How would Facebook know that this is the image of that product ID? This is the image or description of that product ID. This is the name of that product ID. So the second major step is send your catalog to these platforms. And the third will be to set up these campaigns on platforms. And these campaigns are known as dynamic remarketing on Google. It is known as catalog sales dynamic campaign on Facebook. Both the platforms have this option where you can set up this campaign. You can say that people who have viewed my products in the last 30 days, show them this ad, show them the exact same product, and show them this messaging. Now the messaging could be something like an extra discount, or it could be just reminding them that you have dropped off from my website. So these are the 3 steps you need to undertake to be able to set up this campaign. Of course, if you want AdYogi to help, AdYogi has automated this entire process, and within a span of, let's say, 1 day, we should be able to set these up for you.
Thanks, Anshuk. Next one's for Vikas. How can automation help in reducing RTOs?
So, if obviously the future is automation, you need to move to automation. So if you have let's say you have 100 orders a day, so it is very difficult to manage manually the things. So automation can reduce RTOs. I will give you an example again. So if your customer is rejecting the orders, you did not know it is because of courier fault or your customer is actually rejecting the orders. So if you will just implement the NDR management, so we will send automated message to your customer your address is incorrect as per our courier partner. Please click on this link if you still want to receive an order. So in that case, you can recover 20 to 30% of the orders. So this is a very small example. So automation is the key of everything. Through automation, you can hand over the packets to your courier companies very quickly, and automation is for the scalable things, obviously.
Thanks, Vikas. Next one is for Anshuk again. Would the CPMs rise significantly after the lockdown lifts? If yes, how can I efficiently optimize to avoid these increasing costs?
The cost of impression on Facebook or platforms like Facebook, it may not rise immediately after the lockdown lifts, because I think a lot of times it takes time for most of the large brands and advertisers to come back and redesign their marketing campaigns, redesign the marketing strategy, and then start executing it on digital platforms. I'm talking about large brands like an ITC who might have paused their campaigns, large FMCG brands, large e-commerce brands like a Flipkart or a Myntra. So the cost of impression, in my opinion, will gradually rise up. I think it went down, it decreased by 80% in less than 10 days. I don't anticipate it increasing by, let's say, 150% in the next 10 to 15, 20 days. I think that may not happen. My best guess is starting from, let's say, April 20, when the lockdown starts to lift, to, let's say, June 30th, when majority of the people are back in office and they probably are starting their marketing campaigns. I think the CPM will gradually increase from, let's say, 40, what we are seeing, to 200, which was before the lockdown. How can you make the most of it? I think this is a window of opportunity. Even after lockdown opens, the first 45 to 60 days, in my opinion, will be an opportunity for every e-commerce company, purely because of 2 reasons. One, your cost will continue to remain low. Could be because of non-e-commerce brands, large FMCG brands, as I'm saying, not spending on Facebook. Second, this is also a good time because people may not be very comfortable going out to malls and purchasing. I think the whole social distancing will remain in the minds of people for some time to come. So chances are they might be more likely ordering online versus going to malls. So make the most of this situation. I think April 20 to June 30, in my opinion, is a good time for all e-commerce brands.
Thanks, Anshu. Next one is for Vikas. Vikas, the question is, does Shipway give order tracking updates on WhatsApp as well?
So currently we provide notifications on SMS and email only. So WhatsApp, we are in process of integration. So as WhatsApp has some of the limitations to get your WhatsApp username and password. So obviously we are currently working with more than 8,000 clients. So it is not possible for that. So if you can provide your WhatsApp username and password, then in that case we are providing to some of our clients. But we do not have any type of aggregation type of model. Like for SMS and email, we are providing on behalf of you. That is totally white label.
Okay, thank you. Next one is for Anshuk again. How much and what activity on the Adobe platform is automated, and what is the role of the analyst who handles the ad account of the client?
I think the way we have designed the Adobe platform is we expect the brands who are marketing to bring in the knowledge of the brand. So for example, if there is a certain set of products which are selling really well, if there is a certain USP about the brand, so we would expect the brand, the person from the client side or the brands to come onto the platform and let us know about it, which means upload your creatives, upload your messaging, because we think it's very specific to your brand. On the contrary, the optimization standpoint of it, which means whom to show these ads to, how to optimize across platforms, when to increase budget, when to decrease budget, how to configure your pixel, how to conversion optimize your campaigns, which is very specific to Facebook and Google knowledge, which is where we consider ourselves as experts. So together, I think some help from the brand and some help from the Adobe automation engine helps us get the best returns. To answer your question, what percentage of this is automated? A lot of portion of budget optimization is automated. The portion of being able to upload your USP on the platform is of course very manual, and that has largely done by the brands we work with. But wherever we think certain algorithms can help us tweak budgets, that portion we have been able to automate.
Thanks, Anshuk. Next question is for you, Vikas. Creating a GST-enabled invoice is a difficult task for bulk orders. Is there a solution for that?
Yes, so we provide that in our portal. So all of the e-commerce orders will come up to our panels, and you can download the bulk invoices within a click, and GST enabled invoices. Yes.
Okay, thanks, Vikas. Next one again for Anshuk. Should we continue with the marketing even if our products are out of stock during the lockdown?
So this is a slightly tricky question actually. Let's say for example, your website has, let's say, 50 products, right? And if let's say a portion of your products are out of stock, imagine 20-25 are out of stock, then my first preference would be to show ads of those products which are not out of stock, because there is still a possibility of people even during lockdown to see a product and complete the entire purchase, right? And you don't want to lose out on that opportunity. Now imagine the scenario where all your products are out of stock, right? Then my answer would be that if you expect these products to come back in stock once the lockdown lifts, maybe in the next week or so, or 2 weeks or so, then it might be a very good idea to advertise even out of stock products. But you might want to mention it on the website that these products will be back in stock in the next couple of weeks, right? The extreme scenario where all the products on your website are out of stock and there is no line of sight as to when they will come back in stock, then I'm not very sure about whether you should be showing ads, because one, the user doesn't know when he can ever get those products. Second, the user memory is usually short. So in a couple of months' time, they would have forgotten about the products. So whatever spend you did during this time might not really help.
Thank you. Next one for Vikas again. Do you provide international couriers integration?
Yes, so we provide 500 plus courier integrations with our platform. So we support worldwide. So yes, the answer is yes. So most of the couriers we are integrated with. So if there is any other courier which is not integrated, you can contact us. So we can like plan for that also.
Thanks, Vikas. Next one is for Anshuk again. Should I have any special sales post lockdown to attract customers?
I think typically we have seen that sales are a good way of converting your customers, and more so that wherever you have a lot of people who come on your website who have seen products, added products to cart, and not purchased, we have usually seen that giving a small discount helps in increasing the conversion rate on the website. So in my opinion, this will be a good idea. Give a sale after discount after the lockdown opens. Uh, Try to keep that sale as a time bound sale. So you can say that, look, the sale is applicable for the first 7 days, 10 days, 15 days. You can make it more, I would say, contemporary by saying it's like the lockdown sale or lockdown open sale, right? Just so that the user in his mind kind of gets the signal that this is a one-time opportunity, not really something which the user can expect again and again. So follow some of those best practices of creating urgency, giving a time frame to the user, which we have usually seen perform work really well. Small catch there, we've seen brands do both kind of sales. One is like a markdown sale where you reduce the price on the website itself. And the second is where you give a specific coupon code where they can avail the sale. My personal preference is marking down on the website, because when you give a coupon code, you expect the user to remember that code and apply it on the checkout page. A lot of times that doesn't happen because user kind of tends to forget those coupon codes. So yes, I think go ahead and plan a sale. I think this is a great time.
Thanks, Anshuk. Next one for Vikas. I have a Shopify store with about 2,000 orders on a monthly basis. What would be the easy slips costing?
Okay, so our costing starts from rupees 1.5 to rupees 2.5 per order. We have separate plans for that. So roughly you can, if you have 2,000 orders monthly, it will cost you around 4,000 per month. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Next question for Anshuk again. After resuming the campaigns, how soon can we expect to go back to our previous spend level?
Yes, so usually scaling up campaigns on platforms is always comes with its own challenges. I'm sure you would have realized that when you very rapidly scale up your campaigns, the learning on Facebook and Google kind of gets reset. Sometimes your campaigns go out of sync and you would see your ROAS dipping. So there are a lot of challenges in scaling campaigns very fast. Having said that, given you were already spending at a certain level prior to lockdown, my suggestion would be that once the lockdown opens, let's say if you're spending at a 10 lakh level before the lockdown, and let's say the lockdown opens on April end, my suggestion would be to start with a 50% roughly budget to begin with. Maybe start with a 5 lakh run rate I'm talking about, and then gradually scale to your previous spends by the end of the month. So plan like a 30-day ramp-up period from let's say May 1 to May 30th, assuming it opens on let's say April 30 or earlier, and gradually scale up in that 30-day period. May not be a great idea to start with the exact 10 lakh run rate because there are uncertainties. You might figure out that some of the logistic challenges still remain. Maybe it's not open across India. Maybe certain deliveries are taking more time. So keeping that in mind, plan a rapid scale up in a 30-day period, which would, in my opinion, be the ideal thing to do.
Thanks, Anshuk. Next one's for Vikas again. Do you have a multi-vendor option?
Yes, so if you are running a multi-vendor store, so you can integrate with our system. So we have option for that also. Regarding that, so we need to discuss for that, like which multi-vendor platform you are currently running, or you have a customized system. So we have open APIs for you. Also, our tech team can help you in that. In that case, you can discuss with our support if you want to integrate. Yes, we support.
Okay, all right, thank you. Next question is for Anshuk again. I think probably our second last question. What are your suggestions for an e-commerce brand? Is it the right time to start ads considering the current situation?
Two things. One, if you're a very new brand, okay, and you're just starting your e-commerce website, right? So what we typically see in those brands is for the first 15 to 30 days, it takes time to get those sales. You don't get your sales on the first few days itself, right? So for those brands, we typically tell them, look, run your campaigns for the first 15, 20 days, get initial people on your website, then remarket them and then convert them to sales. Okay? If that is the scenario, and you're anyways going to be running ads in the first 15 days without getting many sales, this might be the best time because the cost is low. You will reach out to like 5x the more number of people which you are otherwise reaching, right? If you're a very established brand, you were already spending, like say, a big budget on these platforms, my suggestion would be to probably put like 10-15% of that budget and resume your ads. So if you were spending like 10 lakhs on Facebook per month, spend like 2 lakhs or 1,50,000 at this time when the lockdown is already across the country. The good part would be what you were able to achieve in 10 lakhs in terms of the number of people, you were able to do the same thing in terms of with a 2 lakh budget. You may not get the same number of sales by the way, but you'll be able to reach out to the same number of people. So just to summarize, if you're an existing brand, start with 20% of your budget. If you're a new brand, start with whatever budget you would have otherwise, with or without lockdown.
Thanks, Anshuk. Last question now for Vikas.
Yes.
Pickup of returns is equally important like shipping, and there are no good company that provide this service. So do you have any inputs on that?
So pickup and return, both of the things. So pickup, for regarding the pickup thing, so in that case you need to, while signing agreement, so Blue Dart is doing very good. Blue Dart, Ecom and delivery especially are doing very good. So you need to handle your courier company, your account manager in a better way, so that these things will happen smoothly. And regarding the returns, so returns is a second key thing. So every courier is not providing returns most of the places. So you need to figure out the places like which company is good at which place. So regarding returns, you have 2-3 options. When you are assigning the return to any order, at least think upon what are the options, and from those options you need to figure out which one is good at this pin code. So these are some of the other analytics we are also providing on our reports and our analytics section. You can try demo and see, that will really help for you.
Thanks, Vikas. This brings us to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much to the panelists for joining us today. Guys, if your questions have not been answered so far, don't worry. We'll be answering them through email after the webinar. And the contact details for both Adyogi and Shipway are flashing on your screens right now. So just take a screenshot or a picture if you want to get in touch with us later. And we'll just give you a couple of seconds before we end the webinar so you can note down this information. But thank you so much for joining. I hope you found this insightful.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Anshuk.